guys, it's Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you saw by the title, we're going to be talking about my life as a caregiver. Now, I've been kind of fobbing this whole thing off because I wasn't exactly sure where to start and how to do it, and how it was going to come across. And I decided that I'm just going to throw it out there because I think that it's a subject that a lot of people don't talk about, and they should, because we are A, all going to get older, and B, we are all going to have parents that are older. So this disclaimer is not the only option. So if you decide something different for your family, it doesn't mean that it's any less correct than what we are doing here. So, second thing, if you guys are new to my channel, just having a visit, and you like me and you like what you see, why not like and subscribe? I am here every Monday to Friday. And I'm also going to be potentially throwing in a couple extra videos depending on how my time goes. On with the video. So, quick history rundown. I have been a full-time caregiver for my father-in-law for the past 4 years. This will be our 5th Christmas here. And we purchased his family home that he had with my late mother-in-law, and we moved in, and here we are. I was a hairstylist. Now I am retired, and I look after my father-in-law full-time. So when I say look after, let me clarify. My father-in-law is 89. He will turn 90 in February. And he is sharp as a tack, but mobility is better on some days than others. And he just had his cataracts removed. So now we are dealing with, he has a little more freedom. But anyway, there are a lot of factors to consider if this is the choice that you make for your family. One of the reasons being that there's this question of whether or not it makes you a good person or a better person if you could do this. Because a lot of times when I tell people what I do, they kind of get awkward and say, well, I couldn't do that. My siblings and I decided that we were going to put our mother or our father in a home. And I really don't like when people feel awkward about it, because I think that for each family and each parent or set of parents, it's very individual. And because you put a parent in a home does not mean that you don't love them. Family dynamics are as different as we are as individuals. So you can't really say that one way is better or worse. Now, as it goes for me, I was raised for, like in my family, it was done for generations. So, there was a point when growing up, I had my great-grandmother, my grandfather, and an uncle living with us. Not all at the same time, but okay. And it's just the way it was. And for me, there were so many benefits to it, but also it's very difficult for the parents, which my husband and I are finding out now. My father-in-law is a wonderful, wonderful human being. And, you hear a lot of horror stories, but I don't have any to tell. My father-in-law and I are both very stubborn people, but it also makes for a better relationship for him and I, because being that I'm the daughter-in-law and not the daughter, I'm in a position that I can get away with saying and doing some stuff that maybe my husband and his siblings would not. So my father-in-law and I have built our own relationship separate from the relationship that he has with his kids, which is only because I'm here day in and day out. Now, the other thing that if you ever consider doing this that you have to negotiate is actually siblings. In the beginning, it was really hard because I wanted to be everything to everybody. You know, you are coming in, you are taking on the responsibility of a parent. You don't want to step on any toes. You don't want to offend. You don't want to do all these things. And really what you end up doing is making nobody happy and yourself miserable. So I don't do that anymore. I am the lady of this house. I run it like a tight ship. We have steady routines, and if people step out of line, as far as, you know, that includes, you know, my husband. I'm in a house full of men, okay, because downstairs we even have my son and his best friend that rent the apartment downstairs. So I run a tight ship here, okay? And being that it's a house full of men, there's rules. I'm the lady of the house. I like things a certain way. And anybody coming into the house, okay, there are a lot of times when, you know, people will get offended or whatever. And as it stands, that's on you, okay? We're all grown here. I got a house to run. I advocate for my father-in-law. That is my job. If he is happy and healthy and fed and he is feeling good and anything, I have done my job. I will fix you later. And that's basically what it comes down to. Because you cannot be in this position and be worrying about pleasing everybody else. There has been times that I have gone head to head with my own husband because, you know, him and I have a difference of opinion, and sometimes to be the voice for the parent that you are looking after, be it your own or in my situation, an in-law, it is your duty. If that parent is not being heard, you have to make them heard. Okay? That's your job. And it's hard because sometimes I end up being the one that my feelings get hurt because, you know, here I'm trying to push so hard that, you know, sometimes I don't get heard or my feelings get looked over. So you not only have to advocate for the parent, you have to advocate for yourself. And that can get really sticky. And between us, there's not enough Calgon to take me far enough away sometimes because you guys, some of you might be a little too young to know that commercial, but the ones that are older, you understand. So all I'm saying to you is that if you want to do this, know that it never goes tickety-boo. There are always going to be hills and valleys. There's always going to be hurt feelings at one time or another. There is always going to be some kind of chaos, okay? But the good things do outweigh the bad, okay? In our situation, to have the blessings of my father-in-law's health at 89, to have him be mentally aware and he's sharp as a tack, like I said, to be able to have the interaction with him and the sharing and everything is such a beautiful experience. But I think what we're going to talk about tomorrow will be some of the difficult things. So we will stop here, and if you'd like to join me tomorrow we'll be talking about some of the difficult parts in dealing with a senior parent. So you guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. I love you like mad. Bye for now.